I'll tell this story twice because I might forget it. I saw a guy with a "What would Reagan do" sticker on his freaking binder in class, and it's like Ronald Reagan in like this two-tone like red and blue like
Oh
Republican
yeah.
thing. Oh, it's freaking hilarious. He's like he sometimes shows up with like this Republican like student convention thing or like student chapter thing shirt and shit. I'd love to get him on the podcast and just talk about the actor.
You should say America to him.
I might get punched, dude. I don't know.
Says a greeting. Give him a little salute and say America.
Dude, I wouldn't stop laughing. I can't sell it these days, man. I need to get back into the groove before I try to tackle the Reagan dude. God, I lost it with Nate, man. Like I was laughing out loud with that guy. That was good stuff. All right, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, he has to install the plugin.
For his microphone?
No, for his browser.
Oh, is he not on a different computer than last time?
He is totally new setup. It's his Skype setup.
Alright. Well, hopefully he can figure it out.
Oh, he'll get it, dude. Hey, do you like that metal show?
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it in forever, though.
God, I actually have the channel with it on, and I was watching it the other night ago. Actually, I think it was last night, and they had Alice Cooper on there.
That's cool.
It was a great interview. They had Scott Ian on there also to start the show off, and they were like naming their favorite guitar duos. They had
That's,
some good choices.
I'd say Judas Priest comes to my mind immediately.
Judas Priest, I think, was number 3. Iron Maiden, number 2. Thin Lizzy, I think, or something like that, was number air band with like two just extremely good guitarists.
Hmm.
Let's see. Number 4 was like Aerosmith, and number 5 was Slayer. Yeah.
Rip Jeff Handlebar.
You know what? It was Scotty doing that. So, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, I always heard the guys from Aerosmith are like really good guitarist duo and everything, so I tried listening to them a lot, and I don't know. Like, I like stuff like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden where you can immediately tell the difference between the solos, but I don't know, Aerosmith, they kind of sound the same.
Are you guys able to hear me?
Hey, Mike, you're on, aren't you?
Yeah, can you hear me though?
I can hear a faint fuzz of your voice.
You're really quiet.
Shit. This works on Skype. This is all I got tonight. We went to Weimar to go get me a new mic, and they don't have good selection.
What do they have? Just
Karaoke mic.
They're bad,
they're bad.
and they're expensive for bad.
Expensive, how much was it?
They're the cheapest thing they had was like $12 for like super shit, and then everything else was like $45 for like still shit. Sadly.
Would you just get like the $12 one with like the cord attached to it?
No, I was like, fuck that. I'll use this laptop because that's all I have. It usually works fine. I use this for Skype every day, so
Just the internal microphone?
yeah. This is the same laptop Ian's got. I think he had to use it last week, so
I used the LabTech 22.
we used two last week. I see the lab tech is kicking in and working this time.
It's surviving.
It's alright.
All right, so this is podcast episode. How many is this? Do you know?
I think
11?
10.
10? 10?
well,
Episode 9 has 36 views.
Really? How did that happen?
What? Alright, well, to our 36 viewers, hopefully you're all out there still. Welcome.
I feel like on the spot. Now I can't be like so lame. I'll disappoint 36 potheads.
Why, what?
Yeah.
Do we have is that our target group? Is
Oh,
that our target audience?
I haven't like pulled the numbers, but I was just kind of, I figured. I don't have beer nut either. I need alcohol for one of these.
This is the beer of this night.
Tonight we were sponsored by Red Chair.
Red
Um,
chair.
No, in fact, this evening I am the one sponsoring Red Chair.
I'm sponsoring them. I love that.
So anyway,
What's the
tonight, dude,
topic?
people watching. I'm sure we all got tons of people watching stories, and we gotta maybe, yeah, I think we should do some people watching stories. What do you think, Mike?
What do you mean, people watching?
Like, I don't know, I got a couple examples, I suppose.
I got a couple, like, not necessarily people watching. Well, I interacted with them, but they're good.
Were you watching them at the time?
Uh, it's hard to explain. I was getting yelled at about someone else.
You see, trolling and people watching are two different things. We can cover them both. I'm down.
Well, I wasn't trolling, but you go through your people watching, and then we'll just pick up on my crazy dad.
Alright, we will switch to that shortly, trust me. People watching. So, for instance, good people watching thing. I seen this guy in class. I can't even believe him. He looks like he's out of a freaking comic book. He's so stereotypical, like, he wears like this flannel shirt without any undershirt, so his chest is just like showing.
Bear.
He's wearing like these weird sweats and like those slipper shoes that girls wear, like these crazy glasses, and he's a ginger, and it's tripping me out.
He sounds like a hipster.
I didn't
You need
even
to find a picture of him.
I didn't even have to really watch him. I just looked at him.
It was enough, just a little.
What the hell? And like, so I started watching just because, dude, like, this guy's interesting looking. What is he all about? And he just shows up to class and like sits down for like 1.5, 2, maybe 3 minutes, and then immediately gets up and goes and fills his water bottle. And then like he comes back, sits down, and then he'll like ask some question like that's just totally like irrelevant, or like they went over it while he was getting water in the middle of shit, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck? You pay a lot to go here, but you don't fucking own the place. Like, come on, dude. There's like 50 of us in here.
That's true. That's true.
Just like, what the fuck? What TV show are you out of? Like, where are the cameras? Because this can't really be happening for real.
He just leans over. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But yeah, what about you, Jack? Do you have any off the top of your head, or do you need a little time to think of some good people watching?
I'll keep thinking, I guess. Usually I try to avoid looking at people because I think they're always watching me. So I just kind of like, not watch them and hope they're not watching me.
Just gotta go to Walmart more often. We're the normal people. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean that like you're one of the above average people. Normal people in the real world above average at Walmart.
exactly, yeah.
I have no shame. I just stare anymore. Like, as long as the person who I'm looking at isn't looking directly at me, I will shake my head. I will react to them if they're being fools. Like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna lead the parade against these morons. I don't give a shit anymore.
I always get really unlucky though because like whenever I just like glance at someone, they always happen to look at me that exact second. So like we look each other in the eye and it kind of looks like I could have been looking at them the whole time or something, Like they
Right.
caught me looking at them, but I was only really looking for like half a second.
It's like it started out like that. Like that was like I'm being like a poor guy. Like my only thing is like like, what are you gonna do on Saturday night? Let's go to Walmart and people watch because it's free. So like we doing it so much that like it started out like just watching, and then it started, it like evolved to like making fun of them, and then it evolved to like kind of like doing it within earshot. And now I like play with this line where like I'll like say blatantly like just terrible things about them just without an earshot, and half the time they like hear it. Like I get closer and closer, I'm like bending that line, and every now and then it gets crossed, and it's just beautiful. Like that woman is so fat, and then she'll look up and glare at you, and you're like, oh shit, she heard me. This is awesome. Yeah.
Nice,
I think
dude. Nice.
Abby walked up to some like Walmart in Salem. There's some how to say this. There's some brown kid who was very loud and obnoxious at Walmart. So he was just screaming, and the mom wasn't doing shit. So Abby just walks right up to him, and she's like, "Cállate," and just walks away. Just walked up and yelled "shut up" in Spanish at him, and he actually got quiet.
That's like shut up in a serious tone, though.
Oh,
It's like
she
more
like yelled
serious.
it, dude.
Shut up.
She's brave. She's like my like Walmart wingman. It's awesome. She's like, as soon as like I think like no, like she can't cross the line here, but she'll cross it in different ways that I don't cross it. Like I think it's because she's a chick, and like they never get in a fight, so like she can go up and say whatever the hell she wants. She's not gonna get decked. If I go up and say that, like some big dude's gonna come out of the aisle like, "What'd you say to my kid?" and like hit me. But it's Abby. Like she doesn't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
I want to be a woman. That'd be awesome, just for a day.
Just wear a helmet.
Get a Nike cut.
Hey,
So
Mike, go on to your story, your good story.
okay, my this is a couple days. I'm not even gonna use days. A couple days ago, I get a call from my dad, and he says I don't know what he's talking about. He's kind of jolly, and he always starts out happy when he's drinking. So he's kind of happy, and before he hangs up, he said like "I love you," which I don't hear very often. So I'm like, oh, I get it. He's drinking. So I'm like, all right, later, now. I'll talk to you later. So I hang up. And that night, I got like a call from him at like 12:30, and he hung up before I could answer it. But I'm like, oh, he's drunk dialing me. So I pass out, get a call at like 8 in the morning. Mike, you awake? I'm like, yeah, I'm awake. He goes, I need someone to like drive me to the garbage dump, and I'm still a little drunk from last night, and like Lydia which is his girlfriend, that he has constant problems with. He's like, Lydia can't drive for shit, so I need someone who can actually drive to like drive me to the garbage dump. So I'm like, all right, whatever. He's like, I'll be over there in no time. He's like, oh, don't worry. I'm like, I'm still like just waking up and not feeling so good, so just take your time. I'm like, all right, give him like an hour to get out of bed. 30 minutes go by. He calls me on my phone again. I'm like, hello? He's like, you coming? I'm like, you just told me like give you yeah, I can come. I'll get going. He's like, all right. So I lost my key because my sister borrowed my car. I couldn't find it for a little bit. So I'm like 5 minutes later, like it only took me like 5 minutes, not that much later than you expect. Halfway to his house, he calls me again. He's like, "Are you on your way?" I'm like, "I'm halfway there. Give me a minute." Like you're not that far away. Like he's 5 minutes away. So I get there, and I get in his car and start driving, 10 miles to the dump. And like right off the bat, he just starts complaining about his girlfriend, who like they're constantly having problems. She has moved into his house. Me and my sister tried to count it up on our fingers last time. We think she's probably moved in and out of the house 10 times, but we can like cite 6 specific times she has moved in and out of this house in the past 6, 7 years. So um, surprise, surprise, they're having troubles again. So I get in the car driving him, and he starts out with this kind of like justified, don't get me wrong, but this kind of like bitchy attitude about complaining about some of the shit she does. And then he starts like after a couple minutes, he starts getting to this like really thick attitude tone, and he's like getting kind of loud, and he's just like yelling at me almost kind of like she did this, and she like took these fucking like clothes hangers from me that are felt, and she gave me these shitty plastic ones, and they said there's no big deal, and I'm like, well, if it does no big deal, then why don't you guys take the shitty plastic ones? again, so now he's like talking about clothes hangers. Not that big of a deal, but he's getting pretty angry. And then I'm in the car with him, like right beside him, and he starts like yelling at the top of his lungs. Like he's not yelling at me, but it feels like he's yelling at me because he's just yelling as loud as he like normally yells when he's just super pissed off, super raged. He's just bitching about her, but he's yelling at me, and he's just like, yeah. And then she's like, fucking paints everything like red and black in the goddamn house. And so he's complaining about like when he gets loudest, he's complaining about the smallest detail, complaining how she decorates everything with red and black. And then so you know my dad a little bit, Ian, but my dad is the biggest exaggerator. Like he'll tell you a story about like how he went to go get a prostitute, and then like another chick said like they wanted to have a three-way because he's so gorgeous looking, and then they end up giving his money back at the end. Like, he tells those kind of stories. So he tells me the stories. It's like, yeah, so like, of course, like I only did because I was drunk last night, but like I cleaned out the living room and I brought all the red and black decorations that she has in the house into the living room to show her how much of the stuff that she decorates in black and red. He's still I'm talking this. He's yelling at this. He's like, "Of course I was drunk, but I fucking like went and like." So I'm just like, yeah, it's one of my dad's stories. No big deal. We go to the garbage dump. He kind of cools down, and I come back to he needs me to fax something or bring it down to the little print shop. So I have to come in for him to print off something. And I walk in, and I don't see his girlfriend anywhere. And the living room is spotless, and there's just a bunch of red and black shit in the house. I'm like, oh my god! He literally got in an argument about decorations, got so drunk, he cleaned the living room and brought everything that was red and black into the living room. And then passed. That's
Perfect.
the argument.
I thought it was gonna end with, so then we got to the dump, I opened up the trailer, and it's just full of red and black things.
And there was her dead body.
Yeah.
Now she's moving out, so. For the 7th time.
Wait, she is moving out or no?
Yeah, or apparently that's what he said this morning. I went over there this morning to get to do something, and apparently he just had too much of the red and black.
When you've had enough of someone's red and black, by all means,
I couldn't I don't know if it's
sever that tie.
with the red and black, but when I walked to his house, or when I walked into his house this morning on the countertop, there was this little book, and I kid you not, the color is like a black book with a red backbone, like spine to the book, and the title of the book is red and black. I took a picture of it. It's just too ironic. I'm like, I'm sure this has to come from like his little tirade of like, putting everything red and black into that room, but you didn't have to do that, Dad. All you had to do is grab that book and just be like, this is all I need. This is the only evidence I need. It's literally called red and black, and it's colored red and black. There's nothing else I need to say. They're crazy, man. She just moved back in like 2 months ago.
That's awesome. Hey, do we know if we have any viewers right now? Maybe we have some viewers.
I don't know. We're live doing it again. That's right.
Yeah. Where can we check that, Jack? Do you know?
Yeah, I have the link, but I don't know where to put it.
Anywhere.
Viewers, Mike gets naked on camera. It's crazy.
I posted it in the group chat.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Yeah, I just got it.
But it'll bring up the video, so pause the video. So it doesn't have us talking on top of ourselves.
Okay.
Probably no viewers. I don't know who would watch. Could get Kyle or Aaron or Willis or something.
Willis might.
Oh, snap! Okay, so Aaron Mollett had a birthday. What are you laughing at? Okay, anyways. So Aaron Mollett had a birthday, and I was going to go to it. And they were going shooting. I had something to do in the morning, so they were supposed to show back up at their house around like 3 o'clock. But I didn't want to show up before anyone was there. That'd be fucking weird. And I didn't want to show up like too late. So I was like trying to get a hold of some people. Couldn't get anyone to contact me, so I'm just like, you know what? Fine, I tried. I'm gonna skip going to Aaron's party. I feel bad. I wanted to go, but oh well. This
Because
is
you couldn't
Aaron.
go at
This
the
is
right
not
time.
Red Hat Aaron. So for any of the viewers who like heard Aaron's stories a million times, this is different Aaron. But I had no idea because if he joined up on the group or said anything to the group, I wouldn't have seen it because Red Hat Aaron has blocked me. So I didn't know, but Red
Dang.
Hat Aaron showed up to the party, and I heard conflicting stories. I heard one person say that Aaron was afraid I was going to show up because he didn't know what I was going to do, and then out loud what he said to everyone was, "If Mike shows up, I'm going to kick his ass." So it was hilarious.
Oh.
I was so mad at myself for missing it. Like I would have just wanted to see Aaron's reaction on his face. It would have
Yes,
been
exactly.
beautiful. So
Going to Kyle's barbecue.
I
Are you
did
going-
I did tell Kyle like because he seemed a little concerned that like that he can't throw these parties because the drama that we cause.
Was
I'm
that
like,
because of
in
you
all
and
fairness,
Aaron?
I will not troll at the party. Like I will not talk to him. He talks to me. I will that's out of my hand. Like if he tries to front, I'll bring it. But like I won't instigate anything. So I do. He does have my word that I won't start anything. So, but it'll be fucking interesting because I don't think Aaron will hold his composure.
See, that's funny that Kyle is worried about you, but when Ian told me about this, he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Kyle's barbecue," and I'm like, "He invited you to that? Like, you guys are friends and everything?" Like,
Well, I talked to Kyle in person, like, because one of our buddies had, oh, Pat, well, you guys know Pat. Well, Pat had some, like, little game thing we were doing, and Kyle was there and talked to him. And so I think he just needed a little bit of, like, person-to-person confirmation. Because, I mean, I understand I'm a little unpredictable, but, like, I won't start anything, but I do want to see Aaron's smug little face and just, because knowing him, he's just going to be pissed I'm even there. I don't have to do one thing, and he's going to be pissed.
yeah.
But
It's true.
I can't wait. Like I'm just gonna passively troll. I'm just gonna troll by being there and not saying a word to him. I will smile if he looks at me, makes eye contact. I'll smile. I'll probably even wave, but I won't say shit. I just want to see his reaction. I cannot wait. I'm sure he'll probably bail anyways, but he'll be like, "Mike's gonna go. I'm not gonna go. I'm afraid
I
if
don't
Mike goes, I'm
know.
gonna kick his
Maybe
ass."
because of the last time, he's like, "Dude, Mike was scared to show up because I was coming. He won't dare show up to this one."
Well, because I was talking to uh, Bill Overton, and he was like, "Yeah, you said you're gonna go on the party. We were all waiting for you to show up." And I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't know." He's like, "Yeah, Aaron seemed a little relieved because he said that he didn't want you to show up." So like apparently he's kind of a pussy in front of some people and tries to talk shit in front of other people. So I don't know. We all know deep down Aaron's a little pussy. So Aaron can just I don't know. I just want to see him. Because Aaron could even like I'm so sure Aaron's a little pussy that I could stand at the party. Aaron could just like rip his shirt off, run up to me, like charge me, like just get like an inch within my face, and I wouldn't even blink just because I know he'd just be fronting, he'd just be like faking this tough guy act, and once he got with an inch away from my face, he'd just be like, "What you gonna do?" I'm like, "Nothing. What are you gonna do?" And he'd just walk away.
Come on, Mike.
100%.
Come on, Mike. What,
You
you
said
want to
you're
talk
gonna-
shit behind my back? Your friends? Listen, I follow your podcast, okay?
Right. I'm sure he does. He has to know about it by now.
He probably did all the 36 views on our last video.
Right? I can't believe this. I'm gonna have to watch it 35 more times to make sure this really just got said.
Holy shit, you don't know. Listen, I gotta go down the list, show every single one of my family members, every single one of my friends, every single one of my acquaintances, every single one of my baristas, every single one of my gym members, every single tromboner I know.
He'd get right up to me and he'd just be like, "You know what? You're not even worth it. I'm just gonna email you later. You know what? You're not even worth the email. I'm just gonna block you."
Yeah, that's what he would do. He would just like try to like he'd try to have both sides like play it tough and then also like talk his way out of it at the same time.
You know what we should do with him? We should be offensive if we see him at any kind of public event at Kyle's place or something. Just go up to him and just be like, you know what? Talk to the hand.
We should just start. We should start trolling him with a like, little
Block
kid
him
like.
before he can freaking block us. Just be like, you know what, Aaron? I know what your MO is. Listen up. Fuck you. You're blocked, bitch. Don't ever talk to me again.
I did tell Kyle, I'm like, to be fair, he brings it on himself. Like you can't react to every troll and expect to like us not to continue. Like he just like he gets so angry he can't hold himself back, and it's just he makes it too much fun. It's his
Do
fault.
those two have any like video game show going or something? Like, did they change the critical hits thing up?
No,
I don't. I'm sure they're not under critical hits anymore. I'm pretty sure they're doing something, but
no,
honestly, like, you don't think so?
nope.
Really?
I really don't.
It could go either way for me. I don't know, but I could also see him just like.
What do you think they could accomplish between the two of them without major technical difficulties?
Well, I mean,
Mm.
even
I
then, it's not
mean,
hard to record that. Like, it's just like, would it have any more viewers than we used to have? Well, we had like one of Aaron's friends as a viewer, so I don't think they could do too much worse than they already did.
I just don't. I just don't think that they have it together in that arena. Maybe they do, and if they prove me wrong, I'm gonna find their podcast and become their #1 fan.
Because the #1 fan, yes.
But whatever.
Today's
I doubt they do though.
by not by beer, because Ian's sponsoring them, but by Critical Hits podcast, where we critical hit you.
Critical
We need to
Split.
come up with a fake sponsor every show now, because we're just winging them, and they're only half-assed when we wing them. I'm gonna work on that.
Need real sponsors.
That would be nice, but I don't.
Maybe
think we're
Pokemon
that
could
great.
sponsor us.
Yeah.
We stole their name. They kind of already are.
Uh,
I think we are sponsored by Pokemon. Let me check. Oh, yeah, I forgot to check this email. They want to sponsor us.
Oh, here we go.
they
Big
want to throw
time.
millions of Poké dollars at us.
I think that's what it says. It's in Chinese.
Hey, have you guys ever thought about going on a road trip?
I just commented on Kyle's photo. I'm like, I want to go on a road trip. I don't care who I go with. I just want to go on one.
Well, I'm planning on going on one.
I see
Well, several this
see several
summer and
roads.
beyond. But anyway, where are some destinations? I've been trying to think of places I want to go. Like I have a small list of like 3 or 4 places that I think are reasonable to get to. But where are some places you guys?
I want to go to a place that you can like. It's like, oh, we went to Salem. It's like, oh, what'd you do? It's like, we like people watched at Walmart. No, I needed something like, oh, you went to blah blah. Like, what crazy shit did you do there? Like, we lost Ian for like 3 days. We found him like in the sewer, and Jack lost his middle finger. I don't know how that happened. Some angry biker cut it off with a machete. Like, it has to be something sweet where you can get into some crazy ass shenanigans.
Like Vegas or like Mexico? Like shenanigans where we die and be sold off, or shenanigans where we end up with STDs?
I don't know. In my history of shenanigans, it's like there's always a possibility that you can die. You don't try and die, but there's always a possibility. Because if there's no possibility, then it's no fun.
Wow.
What's
Well,
on your
well,
list right
Yeah,
now?
what is some places that like what's a destination, dude?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it honestly.
What about you, Ian? You said you had a
Oh.
list.
All right. For one, I want to go to the Grand Canyon.
That'd be grand.
That's kind of one of the longer ones, but maybe one of the shorter ones is the Crater Lake.
I don't have a pun for that one.
What's that?
I don't have a pun for that one.
Yeah, I don't really have any puns for it either, but yeah.
It was also
It's
really hard
like
to
3 hours
think
away
about
or
places to
something.
go when you have $0 and 0 cents.
That's the beauty of it is that it's kind of cheaper than other things.
But
You're
well,
not doing anything when you get there. You're just going there.
yeah, but I mean, still, like,
Basically, yeah.
it's cheaper, but to a broke man, you have to come up with an idea to get the money.
Yeah.
The factor.
Well, I'm not saying we do this before you have money.
That's true. Now I get to thinking.
What
But,
about
yeah,
Canada? You can drive to Canada.
passport? I don't know if I want to deal with Canada. What's up there that I can't get in Washington?
Yeah, true facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Washington's
true
famous for
facts. That's what you can get because of America.
I was kind of thinking about going out to like eastern Washington, maybe even Montana, go dig up some bones in the
Yeah.
desert, the university. But I don't know.
Take a bunch of selfies with horses wearing straw hats. Sounds good.
I get really good gas mileage with my car, and I'm kind of thinking that I'll probably just buy a tent, and most campsites are like $10 with a car. So as long as they have a shower, I have Wi-Fi I'll have Wi-Fi on a phone by then, I'm sure, by the time I take a trip like that.
This does not sound like a
I
bad
don't
idea.
think there's anything stopping me from there on out. I don't know.
Just decide when and then just start driving. Like, don't even decide where.
That's kind of it. Yeah, it's like I'm thinking I'm gonna have like a 4 week break between working a summer job and then to school, and I'm just gonna go.
Because you
I
can lose a middle finger anywhere. Jack can piss off any biker.
Yeah, that's America.
Doesn't have to be like some crazy place like Vegas.
There's
Yeah.
always like tons of shows and stuff in California too, so I'm thinking I might even just make a loop, like go around in a big circle on the west side of America and just hit up a bunch of different events and stuff I can afford along the way.
And just say like
And
you're inspecting overpasses as you go down there. Get the government to write it off as like some job study.
Yeah.
but it'd take me so much work to get that sham going. I might as well just pay the gas cost for a 40 mile a gallon, little gas sipper. Shit, dude, I'm
Start
gonna
a
put
start
a
a
solar
delivery
panel.
service.
A delivery, like delivering what? Hobos, people? Like, where can we make the most money on here? Hey, what do you
Anything
got to
that
transport?
yeah.
You realize who is our president right now, Ian? You can get sponsored to drive some like huge truck with like 6 wheels that gets like 4 miles to the gallon for free.
I could.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
If it
Did you
doesn't
say
make sense,
6 wheels?
it.
All I just gotta do is put 2 more wheels on my car and I fucking get free gas?
Well, it has to get really low gas mileage.
How low?
It has to get like under 10.
I can
And it
do it.
probably just has to be a truck. It has to be a truck. It has to have like a little like light on it and some like decal on the side that says it's like from Oregon. So that way it's like
I can do all
official.
those things.
Yeah. Well, no, but these are super simple. Like
I have a friend who's a welder. He could put a little bed on my trunk.
He could poke a hole in the gas tank.
yeah, like you just don't have. You have to do a couple of things. I mean, it has to get low gas mileage. It has to have the decal on the side. So that way you have
I
a
will
badge that
stay.
says I'm allowed to waste money.
I will stay in first or second gear all the time.
It has to have a cassette player with the tape stuck in it that only plays the Star Spangled Banner.
No, that'll piss Obama off.
Oh yeah, the Russian national anthem.
There we go. Ian's just disgusted.
What about? It's all disgusting. It's true, but it's reality. Did you hear about George Clooney getting pissed off about Obama?
No, I didn't.
Somebody dissed Obama in front of George Clooney. He walked out of the room.
Oh, Snapples.
What room?
What a some like dinner at a restaurant with some other multimillionaire billionaire-ish.
Well, poor him. He had to miss dinner that night. Those fuckers.
Yeah.
It's so funny. The stories are like, well, George Clooney got really, really drunk and then got really butthurt when the guy who had made way more money than him called Obama an asshole. And Clooney was like, hey, Obama is my friend. And the other guy was like, well, sir, your friend is an asshole.
Well,
And
poor
he
Clooney had
said-
to get in his
and he
Ferrari
said,
and drive to his
you know what?
mansion.
You know what
And then
Clooney
walk
said
out
at that
taking
point,
the
though,
picture.
dude? He said, good sir, I don't like your company. I'm leaving. got left. He made a big deal about it because he and Obama. It was Obama.
Obama. Well, thanks, Obama.
Look what Obama's done to America. It separated Clooney from the billionaires.
Wow.
It's all about that 1.5%, man. That 0.5% gets forgot about.
Clooney needs to get it straight. He's always gonna seem like a fucking poor person if he supports Obama.
That's true.
He's always gonna be lower middle class at that point, no matter how much money he's brought in.
Well, maybe he's
Exactly.
trying to train for that like lower class, like middle class role in his new movie. Or sorry, I screwed that up. His overly sensitive role in his new movie.
I don't know. I just remember he played Batman at one point. That was really weird.
He is Batman.
Why would they make him Batman? It's such a weird guy. He's like, he should be Santa Claus before he's Batman.
That's how you climb up the ladder. You have to work Santa Claus before you can work Batman.
I mean, Jesus, look at the guy. He's fucking old. I mean, Batman, he's got to be able to run around and beat the shit out of people. What the fuck can Clooney do? Do you think Clooney could beat the shit out of people even 40 years ago? The dude was probably 40 years old.
80-year-old Clooney.
Well, how old do you think Batman is?
Definitely late 20s, late 30s at the most. And then
Like,
he's
how
retired.
does time pass in Batman universe? Like, does it at all? Like, you think he'd be freaking old by now?
Batman universe to me lasts maybe like 8 or 9 years for a good Batman story, and then it's done. Then you need a new Batman universe.
It's true.
So there's a bunch of different Batmans. There's not just one.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely a bunch of different Batmans.
Well, it's like string theory. There's parallel universes. We just get to follow one at a time.
It's not like Christian Bale woke up and was like, "Oh God, I need to go to China to fight off criminals to remember what it was like beating the shit out of the Penguin back in the day." Like, it wasn't like that. They're different universes.
All right.
Yeah.
But like Superman, is that different universes? Because he's like an alien or something. He could probably
do not-
live on.
I doubt that it isn't, but I don't follow Superman. I always thought it was kind of overrated.
I think they
Yeah.
all have like multiple storylines,
Yeah.
and they just choose to follow whoever. Or there's some books that explain.
There's already a Batman reboot in the works. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
I can't keep up with it. I just know I like Spider-Man and Batman, and now The Dark Knight's like done. So I don't know if I like Batman anymore, and Spider-Man is getting shitty. So I don't know if I like that anymore. Superhero movies are shit usually. I was surprised by the Avengers. That actually made me like happy.
yeah.
You slap like Disney or Marvel, which is Disney, or just any comic book hero on anything, and I'm just like, fail. Probably Star
What's the
Wars
time?
too. We'll find out.
It's like the technology age we're at, and we can finally actually do most of these things, and they're just like going hog wild with the boom.
Hmm.
It's already like projected out to like 2018, just movies upon movies, like 2 more X-Men, 3 more Spider-Man, just like already ready to go. It's crazy.
Because they can just take a shit and slap a superhero on it, and
That's right.
sell it.
Put it in a box and sell it.
Because America,
Yeah.
Captain America.
Oh, I was
That's what
talking
it
about
runs
that
on.
earlier. I was talking about people's responses to America when I just say it. Just throw it out there and no real context.
I responded with America.
You know, it's America, but I've just been saying America just like I would say it. Like,
Just America.
I'm giving a speech. This is Ian saying this out loud, America.
Flew with it. It's over the top.
And then I just see what people say. Some people say, you know what, USA, baby, all the way. And that gets me going.
Yeah.
Like Aaron tear up. And
Oh, Jack,
after
guess
shit.
what? Guess what? This is a good segue into.
What's that?
What would who do?
What?
Jack, do you remember?
Sounds enticing.
What would who do?
Yeah, remember what would R do?
What?
I told you to remind me about this story I had to tell Mike.
Oh shoot. I don't know if you ever told me the thing. You're like, "Oh, hold on. I won't tell it twice. I'll tell you. You remind me." But then you
No, I
didn't tell
told
me what
you. I told
I
you,
I don't know then. I can't remember.
dude, Mike. I'm sitting in class and
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
this guy has this binder and it has this like kind of looks like the like Obama campaign picture things like
Yeah, the red
just
and blue.
two-tone red and blue, but it says WWRD. What would Reagan do?
Yeah.
Reagan,
The actor?
the actor. And then, like this guy like shows up with like these polo shirts on that say like Republican representative of like the student council or something like that, like of the student chapter or something.
You should ask him, who do you admire more, Jesus or Reagan?
Why I should really like get him to think like I should be like who do you think is more Republican, George Washington or Ronald Reagan? Like really get him to think and just be like, wow, man, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe once Reagan, man, and man, let's wait till they're both like way dead, man. Like
And
before
then
we
when he
start talking
answers, no
about
matter what
that.
his answer is, just rip the papers that he has in his hand or on his desk, just rip them out of like his like spot, and just tear them up and just throw it into like confetti, and he'd be like, "Fuck you! Just fuck you! How dare you answer that away?" Just rage at him.
I'll just tell him that he's no Republican if he really believes that
Yeah.
anything was
Or just bring your own
inferior to
paper. Everyone
Ronald
else will think
Reagan.
you ripped it up.
Look at the GDP at the time Reagan was president. It was maximized for American populations. Do you hear me? Maximized.
Maximize.
Yeah, you think he'd just say Reagan immediately.
The voting percentages for Reagan while Reagan was in office, and there weren't actually any real votes, were multiple percentages, more than most presidents, like 95 percentages. That's a lot if you don't know your percentages.
Thank you. I couldn't remember if 95 was a lot or a little bit. That's
Listen,
more than half, right?
he makes he makes presidents like he makes movies. It's Ronald Reagan, right?
Yeah. We should make a zombie movie where Ronald Reagan rises up and becomes the zombie president.
It's not a horror movie. It's
Oh,
actually like a nice movie.
this is perfect too, because we can like totally play off the South will rise again. Like he literally raises the South to
Is he from
dead.
the South?
I don't know. I think yeah, he's from Texas.
He's from America.
Yeah, he's from
That's all that
America.
matters. And it's free.
So he raises. It's like the exact opposite of Game of Thrones. Ronald Reagan comes back, America raises the South, and marches north.
Inspiring.
I wonder if people
Yeah,
in
summer's
Texas,
coming.
That was one
if
of my other people watching. Was this Reagan character, by the way?
what class is he in?
He's in a couple of my classes. He's in my uh geotechnical engineering, which is just dirt, and also my transportation highways class.
Is that cartoon character in multiple classes?
No, he's just in my fluids class or my hydraulic class, whatever.
You need to get a bunch of classes with this dude. You just need to stalk him.
Dude, I don't want to talk to this guy. I think he's a senior, and I'm glad. Like, I don't want to deal with his shit. He's he will just talk, and nobody wants to fucking hear him because he's so like out of it. I think he's on like fucking some kind of opiate or something all the time because I don't know. Maybe he just drinks a really weird coffee, smokes too many cloves. I'm not sure. I don't know what these people do. But
Yeah.
anyway, he'll like somebody will be like, "Hey, I have a question," and like be like, okay, well here, I think this is what you're trying to ask, da 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 da, and he'll step in and he'll be like, no, they're actually trying to figure out if this and this and this is going on, and it will not be anything close to what the first person would. You're just like, dude, what the fuck is going on here?
Uh,
I don't get it, man. He's probably retaking the class or something.
Probably, yeah.
I
Those
graduate.
are always the weirdest people.
I graduate after summer term. Okay, man. Take biology and get out of my life, please.
And you should at least like film him and take pictures of him. We can
Oh,
all like share in this like vicarious internet world.
dude,
Interview him. Say you're with the school paper.
Yes,
dude,
dude, that's an amazing idea.
dude. Guess what? Guess what? There's a film club at Oregon State that I just joined,
Oh,
Nice.
and I have a couple projects
snap.
that I have to complete. Otherwise, I get kicked out of the club. One, I have to film my everyday life at home with my roommates,
What?
and another, I have to film this cartoon character I just told you guys about tonight.
Yes.
And
missed
if I
that
fail at these tasks, I fail at the club. So these people are just gonna have to get over the fact that I need this for my club change. Because
You
I'm
said
not
your
gonna
roommates
be
make you
too.
like
I'm not gonna be too sneaky about filming them. I'll tell you that.
I didn't I needed to make a bunch of pictures before I turned in my final for my art, and I was supposed to do them throughout the semester and I hadn't, so I just had to like belt out like 20 like 15-minute drawings, and I just went around my room drawing every fucking thing I could find. I ran out of shit. So I started drawing just like anything I could find, and one of the things I found was my roommates. And one was like pissed off that I was drawing him, but he's also like super passive aggressive and kind of awkward. So he wouldn't say a word to me. He just stood there, straight face, kind of pissed off face, playing League of Legends and not like saying a word to me because I'd be like, Adam, smile. Adam, what are you doing? And he just would not look at me. I'm just like, Adam, are you mad? And he wouldn't say anything. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna keep drawing
That's hilarious.
then. It turned out pretty good. I am good at drawing angry people.
Hey, can you pose more angry? I'm better that way. Sorry.
And so,
Hey, guess what? Have
what?
you ever seen the site wastedonlol.com?
No.
Jack?
What is it?
Wastedonlol.com.
No.
Okay.
I'll type it in. Typed in, sent. Okay. Basically, you enter in your username on the site, and it tells you how many hours that username has spent on the site.
Yes. Oh, I heard about this. You gonna
And
bring up your
Micah,
little brother?
and Micah did a really bad thing and looked up his hours and calculated it, and so he's been playing League of Legends for 16 months. He
That's
has
great.
played hours-wise 72 days worth of LOL.
That's
Wow.
crazy
When he
because
calculated it out, he's averaged playing the game 5 hours per day
Jesus.
since he started playing.
that's
Average.
every day too.
Every single day.
That would be every day.
Because I have a total of on my rogue on World of Warcraft, I have a total of 200 and like I'm just gonna rough estimate. Like I think it's over 250 days logged onto my character. But that is over 10 years. Like, how does he get that much time in like 16 months or whatever? Like that's ridiculous.
I don't know.
But he's really good though. He is one of the best. I think he's probably the highest rank of all my buddies I know.
Yeah, but he's a little bitch and he doesn't have anything else going for him, so what the fuck?
If only you could put it on a resume, like, hey, I got to the top 0.5%. Like, it would like honestly it show like I'm dedicated, I'm good at problem solving. You know, I can see a goal and achieve it. But no resume would ever take that as like it just doesn't work.
We got
Does
it
he
out of his
stream?
system.
Like maybe he could get donations or
No.
something.
Maybe.
It's tough. Well, the biggest thing about streaming isn't necessarily like if you had a guy who was like the best player in the world in streaming, and then you had a guy who was just like average and hella funny, the funny guy would get more views. It's like less about skill and more about personality.
Oh yeah.
Though it doesn't hurt to be good.
Maybe we can have
Yeah,
him on the
Mike is okay,
show.
funny. Yeah, we could interview him.
While he plays.
Sure.
Yeah, Eric told me that he's like, yeah, there's this waste on the law. I'm like, no, no. I got my calculator. I'm like doing some numbers. I'm like, there's no way. Holy shit, he's played this a shit ton.
Oh, you talking about Micah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
jabroni. Oh well.
Like you have to consider, like he probably doesn't. Well, he probably plays nearly every day, but like every day he skips. That just adds more. Like it's like playing 6 hours a day, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours a day on, like, some days.
At this point, he might as well put another 8,000 hours into it and just achieve mastery level.
Hmm.
Why not put the whole 10,000 hours into it?
I don't know.
Go full faggot, why not?
I don't know if more time would help though at this point.
I think he needs to get the fuck off of there and do something that he's been good at before. And
It's
oh my god, college will probably be a good change for him, except for he's going to Shemeketa.
Well, I moved back down from Portland. I haven't got a job yet, and so I was bored at night when I was like done like doing like whatever art stuff I was working on, and so I reactivated WoW, so I had a little something to do at night when I'm bored, and it is accidentally slowly turned into get on WoW and that's all you do all day long. It's like I need a little bit of structure. I need like a job or some school, or else it's like once I get up, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit on WoW all day.
Yeah.
It sucks, but he's got school.
Yeah, but he's never challenged though. He only spends like
That's true.
4 hours on a day on it.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
we'll see.
I know. Well, as long as he's getting A's, then I guess keep going.
Yeah, as long as he's getting decent grades, that's for sure. He's
Yeah,
not getting A's, but he's getting decent grades.
yeah. Well, they say video games are good for your mental health. Makes you a little quicker on the trigger and sharpens your mind. But
Yeah.
as long as he's getting good grades, I guess there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
He's got a woman too, doesn't he?
No.
What?
No.
Dude, he's
Not
always got like some chick on his Facebook.
No.
not 5 hours on video games a day, you
No.
don't.
Not anymore. Not ever since he did. Not since 16 months ago, dude.
I have to look him up. There's no way. He's not
More
even.
serious is.
There he is. I spelled his name wrong. Yeah, dude, he's totally like has some chick on his arm in his like main Facebook picture right now.
Yeah, but dude, you don't even understand. Like he's ditching out on prom because the girl he asked, like, is a biatch. Like he's having women problems, and he just gives up and goes and plays LOL.
That's what I would do. Fuck bitches.
That's what he does now. He used to have girlfriends. Now he plays LOL. That's what it is. He just doesn't give a shit.
It's probably for the better because chicks this age don't know what the fuck they want, and they'll just drain your money, and your time, and most importantly your soul, and then you'll be an angry 25-year-old who talks about fucking bitches and just playing LOL when you're 25.
I don't know if he's gonna be anything like his dad too. He's just gonna want to sit around and just do whatever anyway. So probably shouldn't fight it because he's probably just gonna end up being that way.
Yeah, I know. If if you're not supposed to play video games and ignore chicks text at like 18 or 19 or however old he is right now, then I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you're
But
definitely
if
not
Yeah,
you
even.
man.
ignore them, the more attention you get. That goes.
I suppose.
You gotta learn from Micah, Ian.
Have you been meeting any girls lately, Mike? What's going on over
Am
there?
I? I have absolutely not. Let's see. It's just been kind of like, maybe this person, nope. Maybe that, nope. Maybe, nope. So I did hop back on to the old, Plenty of Fish, OK Cupid, thing. And I learned that, remember how, like, well, every chick on there is basically like, I can't find a man because I'm super fucking ugly. And so, like, I'm not gonna go for those. Or the other chicks were like, I'm tired of the people I meet in real life because they're like way above average and they're looking for another way above average, so there's no middleman. And it drains your soul. It makes you feel like a terrible person when no one responds to your messages. But so we'll see how that goes next week. Uh, I've had a few potential people who are like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Not much," and then they never respond again. Uh, it's like I hate it. Like I absolutely like. I just do it because I'm like bored and not meeting people because I'm not going out of the house. So I'm just like dying for summer term to start so I can fucking get out of the house or get a job just so I can get out of the house and see other people. And
What's happened with your jobs? I thought you said you had a job at a clothing store lined up.
dude, I got like an interview. It went pretty good. It didn't go perfect, but it went pretty good. They seemed like they liked me. I had some chick like when I went into interview, she like typed my shit into like the email system and she like recommended me for the job like right on the spot because I got an email in the morning. So I'm like, sweet. So then I went in from the interview. It went pretty good. And they said they'd call me by Monday. I didn't get a call by Monday, so I'm like, all right. I didn't want to pester them. Like I gave them their time, but like they didn't call me back by Monday. I'll call them on Tuesday. I call them on Tuesday, and the guy's like, some chick answered and like, no, he's not in today. And then I was supposed to call him today. I forgot, but I'm just gonna call him tomorrow. And if they don't do shit, I'm already pretty sure that this one didn't work out. So I'll give it one last shot and then just give up on it and just start belting out a shit ton of resumes. Then.
Yeah, you need to have applied to like 100 more jobs in between that.
Yeah, well, it's just like this one was super like promising. Like I got recommended for it by some like random chick who I don't know why she recommended me for it, and like it was just like sounding really good for like interview. I got called in for an interview like the next day. I put the app in, and so it just sounded like it was almost like a sure deal. Like why even apply? And then once it started not sounding so good, I just been lazy this week. So disappointed.
Storm in there and say, "Good sir, pardon me.
Good sir, pardon me.
I demand your attention.
I demand your attention.
Job with your organization or no?"
Uh,
And then if he says no, fucking leave and don't even shake his hand.
I'm surprised. Like there's two malls in Salem. To people who are randomly listening that don't know this, and one's a lot bigger. And I wanted to apply to that one, and there's a lot more places, obviously, because it's bigger. And they had more places to apply to because there's just more of them. But like the ratio was like, I don't know, 25% of the places I went into were hiring. The smaller mall had less places, but like they were like 90% like, yeah, we're looking for someone who's awesome. So there's actually quite a bit of jobs. I'm a little surprised at how many there are to apply for. So that doesn't make me feel so bad.
Hmm, that is strange because I thought Lancaster was like
Yeah,
gone. Like last time I went in there, like half the stores were shuttered.
right. So that's why I was so surprised that Lancaster had more. Like it's ridiculous, but
Might have
Unless
bottomed out.
each store hires like too many people, so each employee gets like 2 hours a week.
yeah, I don't even want that many really. I just want like enough to like pay some bills. I know. I mean, I would definitely not turn away like 40 hours a week, but I prefer like 25, 30.
Mike, you need to be working 79 hours a week. That's the bare minimum for
S-
Chinese laborers.
600 hours a week.
Six,
Well, like,
seven.
I don't know. I sit around and like I'm dreading. Like I haven't had a job in so long. It's like so sounds so lazy, but I'm like I need to get a job, so I'll go get one. But like I'm kind of dreading it. I'm just like I'm sitting around doing all this like video game art. Like I should turn this into money somehow. Like I see all this shit on Etsy. Like I need to like sell some of the sweet shit on Etsy and see if I can make some money.
Put
At
it in a
least while I'm
bag.
just sitting
Sell
around
it.
and not having a
Sell it in a
job.
bag.
Do
What?
it. Put it.
Can you make shoes?
I can't. I wish I could.
If you could, I would pay you to make me some shoes.
I wish I could make shoes. I would make some sweet gamer shoes.
You could paint shoes, just buy like blank Converse.
I don't know how they do that. I should just Google it. Should you Google that?
This one guy
A
who's
Googleizer.
this one guy whose comics I read, he always has like a store on the side and he's always like, buy my shoes, and like he just draws like random things on them.
Yeah. I know like sometimes that stuff just takes on like it's a weird audience. Like it's it's like you don't got a huge audience, but the audience you do have, they're like, oh, I want to buy that shit, and they'll just buy a shit ton of it. So I know I should try it out. Why not?
You should make Star Trek stuff.
I I could. Star Wars stuff sells even better though.
Yeah, but Star Trek fans are like metal fans. They will
That's
buy
true.
it till they die.
I literally just need to make a little bit of everything and see what sells.
You need to make specifically a Spock face mask for me.
For I don't know how to make masks. Actually, I bet that would be too hard. I just watched a couple videos on how to make masks.
Perfect. You can experiment.
There you go.
You can be a duplicate or
No,
a
I just
replica.
finally turned in my contract though for this Zelda movie, so I am
What Zelda movie?
on a Zelda doing costume design for a Zelda movie.
How much are they paying you?
Nothing. They apparently are
Why
putting
is
in
there a
the.
contract involved then if there's no exchange of goods?
It's
So
a
he doesn't sue them
it's
for
an
not
NDA.
getting paid.
It's like a non-disclosure. Like I can't like share all the photos like that the mood boards and any ideas I'm supposed to be working on whatnot.
Well, tell us all about it. Share with us.
I can't.
Share
I'll lose
with us what
my
you can
unpaid
do.
job.
What would happen if you shared like details about this story?
He'll get paid less.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like what happens? Do
I
they
don't.
fire you and try and get somebody else
They
last
get.
second?
They wouldn't fire you. Well, I mean, they'd fire you, but like I think they actually could get you for because like they're trying to sell this to Machinima. So
How far along is this movie?
how far along is it? Well, we haven't started anything. Well, I can't. I don't know what I can say, but we should probably just. I don't know if I've already said too much. I don't know anything about this contract.
Did you sign it?
Yeah, I've signed it and sent it away. Basically, it just
Yeah.
says don't disclose like details that you're not supposed to disclose. Whatever that is, I don't know. So I just don't.
Probably just enough so somebody can steal the idea.
Yeah, I pretty much just tell people I'm working on a Zelda movie and I'm stoked and I can't wait to like be able to tell people about it. But
Mike,
no,
well, when do you think the first costume will be prepared for this movie?
uh, I don't really even have a timeline. Yeah,
Who
Like,
are these people that you're working
within
with?
Mike, do you think within 3 years this movie will be out in the public?
I'm sure.
You're sure? Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or what about 2 years?
It's not that big of a project.
What about within the next 2 years, sir?
Yeah, it'll be within the next 2 years.
What about
Is it
within
like
the
a
next
15-minute YouTube video?
I honestly do not know. I just know, all I know is the costumes I need to make.
How many costumes do you have to make?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Multiple costumes?
There might be
Oh,
one, there might be 20.
There might be 20. Alright, cool.
I mean, there could be 50, I don't know.
There could be 50. Indeed. How many sewing machines are going to be needed for this project?
Uh, Probably one.
Details. Are you sure you could disclose them?
Yeah, it's a
I
white
already
sewing
know
machine.
it's. I
It's got
already
a little,
know this movie will be released within the next
got like
2 years.
blue stripe on it. It has a needle, and there's some thread to it.
So who's the main character in the movie?
I can't say that.
are these people you know, or did you like respond to this online or something?
No, these are there's a mixed audience, but the original guy that's coming up with the story I met in my art school, so
Where? What was the setting of your meeting of him?
uh me drunk on the floor.
Does he have a nice camera?
He does.
That's important.
It is actually.
Can you guys see me?
You can't get sued. I could.
Can you see me on the fucking
Okay,
screen?
I see you. Yeah, I can see you.
I'll have to turn the video on. I've had it on audio only.
You don't have to turn the video on. I just wanted to know.
If I can
I can
you.
see you now. And hopefully I have it set so that on the podcast it'll stay focused on you instead of jumping around.
Split broadcaster.
Hmm. All right. Well, what do you guys think? What do we have any final topics? Any engineering or
I
anything?
can say, do we have? I haven't.
I have an engineering some engineering.
Lay it on me.
Computer mice. I had to buy a new computer mouse because the one I had, it kept double and triple clicking whenever I tried to single click. it made it impossible to get almost anything done. And I guess they just wear out, after a couple years. Like, how come they can't invent a mouse that doesn't wear out from clicking it when you're supposed to click them?
Right? Mine, I'm supposed to like clean off its sensors, and the only way to do that is to void its warranty, which is probably voided anyways right now. But I have to take off some like Teflon tape on the bottom, and I know if I do that, I'm gonna break it. My mouse will never work again. So I just play for like 3 months, and then it starts double clicking, and I like try and pull the mouse button up, and I just blow into it like it actually like I'm pretending it does something, and it seems to work again for like 3 months, and rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I tried that. I tried blowing air into it, and I didn't want to take it apart because I looked up how to take them apart, and it seems like
Mm-hmm.
so like hours of work for when
It's
I could just
goddamn
buy a
rocket
new
science.
mouse.
That makes me like think because the headphones I'm listening to you guys on, you guys are kind of quiet, and it's not your fault because these headphones used to be awesome, and throughout like the past couple months of using them, I've accidentally tugged on them a couple times, and like one wire breaks in them, or I don't know what happens, but they're now like their maximum volume is like a third of what it used to be, and I just like sitting there looking at like why are headphones like not super glued in? Why are they like they're like there's like a cushy like plastic like lining that slips through, and the wires go to your speaker, and if you yank on your headphones, it breaks. It's a little super glue, or if they just like made it go around to like a little loop in the ear part, it would never break. But
Well, I
you
buy
never
headphones
saw.
with removable cables.
See, that sounds good. But they're probably expensive, aren't they?
I got the cheapest kind. I think they're like $20 or $30. But when I bought like new headphones, I was like, I'm going to find headphones that specifically you can replace the cable because that's the part that always breaks.
Yeah, it pisses me off. I don't know why. Engineering spending, why?
Have you guys ever just fixed it by splicing it and putting a new jack on there?
You
It's
have
too
to
much
crack them
work.
open and
Takes
like
like an hour.
you can just go
Those
get like
wires are like hairs.
yeah,
It
and then
takes like an hour. You're
no, I'll just
trying. I'm bad, dude. I can do it.
My
I
time is worth more than that. For that hour, I would make more money so I could just go buy a new pair of $10
Doing
headphones.
what? Like watching anime? Come on, Jack.
Dude, it's like not just that, like, okay, it's like a weird plastic case. So you have to probably break the speakers to get them open. And then they're probably like a one-time click shut. And then on top of that, like the wires, like audio is so hard to solder that like you like do one thing wrong and it's like never very good quality again. And then on top of that, it's like it's just a lot of work.
Then I have a giant piece of wire with like a bunch of electrical tape wrapped around it.
Yeah, I'd rather just go couch surfing for like the next week and eventually find enough quarters to go buy me a new pair of like Skull Candy headphones and wait for those to break and then do the whole thing over again.
It's
I had to buy
frustrating.
them when I didn't do it. Next time I'm buying, I thought about this. Like I was so raged. Next time I'm getting some new headphones, I'm going to like kind of pull them down to like a non like I just like gently pull them down a little bit, coat them with super glue, shove it back up the tube, and just have them super glued. I'm gonna super glue it myself. I'm gonna take action and fix my own problem. Go me.
I will say this that with both the mice and the headphones is they're generally pretty cheap.
But my mouse is
Yeah.
80 bucks. I got a Naga. I'm a nerd.
How much was yours?
80 bucks.
And did that one click too much or break
Yeah,
from
mine
clicking?
double clicks all the time, and so I Googled the problem. Everyone has it, but it used to get me really bad, and I don't even have a can of air. I just like peel the button up a little bit, not even that much, because I'm afraid of breaking the button, and I just like with my mouth like Nintendo cartridge like blow like with my mouth into it, and it somehow magically works. It's
Yeah.
still kicking.
That's what I did. I was looking for a new mouse, and I'm like, well, maybe if I buy a good one, because the last one I was using is just a free one that I got somewhere. And I'm like,
Hmm.
maybe if I buy a good one, it won't break. That might be worth it. How much can a mouse cost? And I looked it up, and I'm like, $80. Like, no way. I'll get like the bottom of the line Logitech, like $10.
Yeah, you
But
have to
then I
go
saw
or the other
for
way.
like $2 more, I could get a gaming mouse. And it arrived today, and now that's what I have. It's all like angular and sharp looking, and it has three like DPI settings.
Yeah. Well, this
It's
is the thing. Like,
USB 3.0.
Other than like a
Ooh.
fancy, well, okay, this mouse technically has like a tethered cord and it's got like a gold USB plug-in because I thought gold was good in electronics because it like transfers electricity better, which it does, but it's usually more desired because it's softer. So gold is better than brass when you put it into a
It
USB
doesn't
port.
tarnish. It doesn't rust.
Yeah, but like the best part is like it just makes a good connection. It's soft, so it squishes to the USB port a little bit better. So it's got a little bit of gold in it. That's kind of cool.
Mine's got a braided cord.
Yeah, braided. Yeah, well, I don't remember tethered. Yeah, but I don't know. This mouse is cool. I will pay $80 because I need this mouse. When this breaks, I'll buy another one. But I can't really see like $80 worth of like engineering and products and research and parts and advertising going into this. Like they're making a shitload off me.
Especially if it broke.
Yeah. Well, it lasted probably a year and a half before it started having problems, and now we're probably going on like I don't know 3.5 years, and it's still kicking. So I got my money out of it at least now. But still, like for them to manufacture that, there's no way it cost them that much.
It might have been developed by an American though, not a Chinese person.
True, America. Thanks, Obama.
What about wireless mice and keyboards? What do you guys think of those?
I saw this thing called like the couch mouse while I was shopping for mice, and apparently the battery, like as soon as it only turns on when you move it, and when you stop moving it, it goes into sleep mode or something, and the battery can last for like 2 years.
Snap. I don't know, like a wireless mouse. It makes sense because as a gamer, the cord, like I don't have a problem with the cord, but it's kind of nice to not have that cord get caught on things or like when trying to be accurate, like not tug on you and you're like pulling it around or whatever. I still go wired just because I don't care. But a keyboard, I don't understand why you'd ever go wireless with a keyboard. I mean, I
You
guess if
can
you want to
sit
like
in
take
your
over your
bed and be
phone,
like 15 feet away from your TV and just get on
or just
Netflix
like,
or whatever you gotta do.
or just buy like a 15-foot HDMI cord and put your tower next to your couch.
If it, you know what, whatever, man. I got the deal for like $15 for both, so I just took it.
But
So
like
what?
you
I
have to
got less
constantly
fires
replace
this way.
batteries on it.
What's that?
You have to constantly replace batteries on it.
I haven't had to replace batteries in over 6 months.
But you're not a gamer. Micah would be replacing those batteries every week.
He plays it for 5 fucking hours, constantly
Yeah.
pounding on that fucker. Of course
Sadly,
he
five
would.
5 hours is not as bad as some kids. He just dedicates it to one game.
Yeah. All right. Well then, yes, I can see why you wouldn't want to have something with external power source in that scenario, but
Wait. So
uh, otherwise,
Micah, by the way, because I did this to myself one time. How many hours did Micah have?
over 2,000
Oh, it was only 2,000? I thought it was more than
is
that.
72 days worth, so whatever the math is on.
72 times 24 equals. Okay. Oh, if it's over 2,000, then that came out to less than that. We'll just go with
How
2,000.
much was it? How much was it?
1,700 something.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with 1,700 then. 1,700 times what's minimum wage? It's like over $9, isn't it?
It's like 910.
We'll just go for nine for a round number. Times nine equals. So Micah's like if he would have worked a minimum wage job instead of playing League of Legends, he would have $15,300.
15,000.
Oh, it gets worse. I did my time. I totaled up my WoW time on just my one character, which is like he's got 90, probably 95, if not 99% of my time played on him. But that being said, my one character has 250 days. I can't remember. It's got over 250, but we'll say 250 times. Well, already did the math myself. The time I spent on WoW would have amounted to uh $51,200
Gee,
over 10 years. So that's a long
yeah.
time. Micah spent more time on the game in like percentage wise, like in the little amount of time he's played. He's played more than I have, but I played more total. But like I said, his is over 16 months and mine's over 10 years.
What's he gonna
Especially like
do? What's he gonna do with 15 grand though? I mean, I
That's
don't
what
know.
that's
That's
what my
not
mom's
that
like.
much money.
Yeah, my mom's like, see, you should have listened to me. You'd be 51. You could be driving around a Corvette. I'm like, well, to be fair, like I
That's
started
over
playing this
10
when I was like
years.
15, and like no one like this is my free time. Like you could add up everyone's free time technically. Like how much time have you spent watching CSI? Like it added up, and everyone's money is gonna amount to a nice chunk. But
5 hours every single day. Like
yeah,
I think it goes back to like what we were talking about in one of the first episodes where we're like gaming and being a gamer is different.
yeah, yeah.
Cause like, I don't play a video game every single day, and when I do, I might just dick around in Pilot Wings or something for an hour or
Mhm.
so. But for like, to turn it into a job like that, I guess I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, well, I actually saw a really good video, like, because I used to love playing League of Legends as well, and I can't stand to play it anymore. And I couldn't really like people were like, "Why do you quit?" And I couldn't really tell them why. It's just it's kind of like Apple Jacks. Like, why do you like Apple Jacks? I just do. Like, why do you not like League? I just don't like it. I don't know why. And someone released a video today. It was like a lot of things. Like, it's known for a really toxic, mean audience of players who everyone trashed on each other for doing one mistake. And it's just like when you're playing a video game, you play for fun, right? You're supposed to have fun. You screw up and people yell at you. It's not fun. So why are you playing the game? But I mean, I can get over that. Like, there's always gonna be haters on every game. But I couldn't figure out why I just didn't like playing it. And they're explaining like it becomes this process and they boil it down to a science when you get like a million people playing they're like now they got this meta game so like now someone has to take mid lane, someone has to take top, someone has to take bottom, someone has to take jungle, you need an AP, you need an AD, and it's like when I used to play it used to be really fun. It used to be like pick who you want to play, take the lane with your friend or take mid and just enjoy the game, and like you win you lose who cares, you had a good time when you got a kill. And now it's so technical, it's like just lost all of its fun. And yeah, I think that's like that's what it was like back in the day, like when we played 007, like GoldenEye. It was fun. We just picked a gun. We all had our favorite gun, and we just like shot, and we got a kill. We're happy. Well, nowadays it's like if you're playing Call of Duty, you have to do this setup with this gun with this scope, and you have to get these perks, and it's all pre-programmed out. And you have to go to this spot, and your duty is to do. It's like it's not fun anymore. It's a chore.
Yeah, you're doing the exact same thing over and over. Because I've
Right.
never played League of Legends, but I think it's just one of those strategy games, and it makes me think about the games people play online, and it's not very open or varied. I mean, you're doing the exact same thing over and over.
Yeah, so I think I always thought I liked my Nintendo 64 games because of nostalgia, right? Like we all have nostalgia, we all love our old games. And sure that plays into it, but I think after seeing this video today, I'm like, it's not just nostalgia, it's like what we lost. We lost having fun, and now it's so professional, and we all have a pre-written agenda that we have to follow. And so now instead of playing when I get on League of Legends, instead of playing my favorite champ and just going out and get kills, now I'm doing what some other guy, some top player in the world they discovered is the best way to do it. And now we're playing his game instead of this game that I originally signed up for. Same with
Yeah.
Call of Duty and video games. For the most part, lots are fun. That's why why is World like I'm playing World of Warcraft again? Why is it only fun when I'm playing with friends? Because when you're playing with friends, you do what you want. You're not dictated by some audience who's gonna yell at you when you do what they don't want. But I don't know. It's games are taking a sad dive, but there's a few ones that stand out that still still doing good.
Or like when we were playing, me and Ian were playing GTA 5, and whenever I got the controller, I kind of stopped doing missions and I just spent my time flipping people off.
Yeah,
And I was just having so much fun doing that.
right, right, exactly. That's a great example. I've never played one Grand Theft Auto mission, never one. And I've logged so many hours on Grand Theft Auto. It's because I just do what I want when I get a video game. I don't do what other people want. But it's different when it comes to multiplayer because now you get shit for not doing what they want. And I don't know, but it's not fun when you're playing single player. It's not the same. You want to interact, you just don't want the shit.
Yeah, and so many games, like, they make them just totally dependent on the multiplayer. They don't even try to make a fun single player game like Titanfall and stuff. It's just purely they created a multiplayer game, and it's up to everyone else to actually make it fun.
And like I would love if it would work, but when you have a large chunk of your audience dominated by people under 15, you just can't expect a professional field. It's like the only way to fix a game would be to like you have to like send in your ID to them and prove what your age is, and only be able to play within certain age brackets. That'd be the only way, and it'd be terrible. It just wouldn't work. It's a system without a fixable problem. But that's okay. I'll just enjoy my games my own way. I'll just enjoy League for what it was and never go back to it and reminisce. Engineering's engineering, Daddy.
It's America.
America. I think Ian died.
I'm here still.
No, you died.
I'm dead.
You're
It's
gonna
just taking in the knowledge.
Reagan's gonna rise with you.
There's a bomb threat at Oregon State.
Oh snap!
When?
Yeah. Like an hour or two ago.
I'm sure it's completely legitimate and is 100% true.
They had to evacuate the entire residence, all the dorms.
Oh shit! I thought it was annoying when we got our fire alarm pulled like 3 times. That's hella annoying.
I heard there was a bomb threat at a Safeway in Portland the other day.
Wow.
I could see it.
One of my friends who works at Safeway, I saw a Facebook post. They're all like, "Why the heck would you bomb threat Safeway? We all had to stand outside in the cold."
What
I
Safeway
owe
does
my
he work
baker a
at?
lot of money.
What Safeway does he work at?
I don't know.
I want to know if it's my Safeway.
Alright, well, I think that's probably a good conclusion for episode number 40.
If we were gonna conclude it, and we went off on like 3 different tangents.
Whoops.
Speaking of tangents.
I'll tell you what.
All right. Well, Seacrest out.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know where the hang up button.